What up, Verbanter? How you doing? Let me make sure my... There you go. Okay, we're live on YouTube. We're live everywhere else. Is my PNG tuber up? He is. He's yapping. What up, Jadu? How you doing, big dog? Doing fine. Listening to Glad yap. Is she woman-splaining right now? Is that what's going on? It's okay. You'll be okay. First? Meh, maybe. First to say first, that's for sure. I heard Snacks a Glad hater. Certified, dude. I'm waiting for my card in the mail right now. Like a 3 out of 10? That's pretty good. Oh, you're like a 3 out of 10. Okay. But yeah, it's been a very, very slow week for me. I've been incredibly bored at work, and yeah. Low energy? You'll be both. Actually, I gotta run some ads. I totally forgot. Let me run these ads, and then we'll drop the Discord notification, and we'll get the show on the road. Siren Night. Damn. How you doing, Siren? Are those K-Sims emotes? I need more emotes. I added... If you look below, if you scroll down on my bio right now, I've added some panels with some questions. And I realized I wrote FAQ twice, and my socials are just links, so I'm gonna have to work on that. But we've got some socials right now linked below. I mean, they were already kind of in my bio, but you know, whatever. That's life. Guys, I've been eating nothing but fucking like Tim Hortons canned chili all week. It's kind of gross, but like not though. Not all our K-Sims emotes. Are the other ones? Is that Noob-a-lot? It looks like Noob-a-lot. I know Noob-a-lot. The baby's Hoei artworks. Oh, okay. I thought it looks like Noob-a-lot, who's a streamer. He's live right now. I swear to God, if you look up Noob-a-lot, it looks exactly like him. I'm gonna get some water while these ads run, and then I'll BRB, okay? Just give me 2 seconds here. Alright, we're back. We're back. Finally, a new canvas. Yeah, don't get too comfy. The other one might come back. We'll see. I was just sort of doodling at the end of the last stream, and then when we ended stream, I ended up doing a bunch of other shit. I don't really like any of it, though. I don't even know that I fully like this girl. I don't hate her. She's not my favorite, though. I won't lie, she's not my favorite. I think I can do better. I'm not going to totally erase her, because I know everybody in chat's going to piss and moan if I do that, but I won't say that it hasn't crossed my mind, the thought of it. How you doing, Symphony? Be fun. You can make more than one outfit on, like, the lady, on this lady. I don't really know what I'm doing with this lady. I was gonna do something. I don't know. I don't think I've actually... Oh, no, that's a lie. I was gonna say, I don't think I've actually ever done, like, a full body piece with this brush, but that is 100% a lie. Hi, Daddy Snack. What up, Riri? What up, Riri? How you doing? I don't know how to answer when people call me Daddy, dude. Usually Disney does that, but... Red Velvet! Oh my god! The Return of the Queen? King? I don't know. One of those two. Actually, maybe not even one of those two. Somewhere in between those two is what you are. What are the ads done yet? They're done. Okay, let me drop a Discord notification. Let's get this freaking show on the road, shall we? Squeakity squeak. Every nyan. I hate that. FD wrote that, by the way. Definitely. Do you watch horror movies? I don't. I don't watch horror movies. Queen based. We love those. Actually, okay, I don't not watch horror movies. I just feel like I have to be like in the right mood for horror movies. I hate jump scares. Jump scares piss me off. Like genuinely make me angry. Well, okay, they don't genuinely make me angry, but they certainly are not pleasant for me. And I like experiencing them as little as possible. The best horror movie is the one that makes you think there's going to be a jump scare and then there never is. That's a good horror movie. Because then there's the tension, but you don't actually have to fucking shit yourself. So many chats right now, dude. I can't keep track. What up, Kimdo? How you doing? I'm just gonna say hi to people I recognize. Slim Jim. Sade. Yumbo. What up, Yumbo? How you doing, big dog? Welcome in. You're catching us right at the start of stream. Fine, baby snack. Baby snack? I'm a grown man. I'm hella old, dude. My baby years are behind me. Do a jiggle? Oh, man, we're starting off strong, dude. Big titties right into the weekend. Daddy doesn't do it for you. Well, I just don't want to encourage everybody to go crazy with it, you know? I have advice to go read a dreams explanation book. A dreams explanation book? It's an interesting looking sword design. How's it going? How's the artsies? It's alright. It's alright. I don't know if I'm really digging this page. We'll just keep doing shit and we'll see what sticks, you know? Good thing I'm not everybody. Nobody calls Snack Daddy, okay? That's right. You heard it there. You keep telling chat what to do and I might mod you. I'm just kidding. We don't need more mods right now. Actually finished a piece? An animation or a drawing? You gonna show it or what? You holding out on me, Velvet? Yeah, it's already in the Discord. You know it. Oh, hell yeah. Yumbo, what brings you to my humble little stream? Oh, shit. Very nice, dude. I like the gesture. You got a strong gesture in there. You got a strong gesture, dude. It looks like, I know that's not what it is. I know she's, like, pouring water out or whatever. But you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of somebody grabbing, like the Master Sword in the Temple of Time. That's what it reminds me of. Dad? See, that's a good alternative. What up, Beef? How you doing? Yo, Snack, did you see my animation? Possibly. Okay, yes, I have seen your animation. The Jake the Dog one. Yeah, it's nice, dude. You colored it, too. That's crazy. I never color shit. I was working on an animation this week. Where the hell is it? It was on this one. I was doing a punch. Right now, it's way too fast, and I need to sort of, like, add some period of rest, because right now, the movement on this is, like, too much. There's too much shit going on. How the fuck do I get my timeline out again? Oh, window. But it's just like a little punch and dip. So I'll have to keep working that and see how I can improve it. Because right now there's too much. It's a quick loop, but there's too much going on visually, and I need to tone it down. Missed you, father. We need to fix our parasocial. What are you talking about? Are you saying become more or less parasocial? You already like roleplay as my child, dude, which I don't know how to feel about. I assume it's harmless. Man, what? We back to animating? We did a little bit. I did a little bit of animating. I don't like the. I'm not ready to pull that one out. Ho daughter or gay son? Gay son, easy, dude. I got that friggin' misogynistic dog in me. I just want the best for my baby girl, that's why. I'd want any daughter of mine to have nothing but the purest, wholesome golden retriever man by her side. With lots of money and, like, over 6 feet tall. That's my preference. Gay ho trans kid? Wombo combo. Amputee, hijabi pirate. You guys are skirting dangerous territory right now. I don't know how to handle this. I can't have chat being based right now. It's too early, guys. It's too early. Psst, psst, psst. Here, Mousy. What up, Dino Kitty? How you doing, big dog? Or big puss. I dated a girl and I always called her dog. I always called her cat Big Puss, and she hated it. But I had for a couple of years I had a habit of just fucking calling everybody Big Puss or every cat Big Puss. I don't know why. It was just like a thing I did. Schween over on YouTube says, "What about YouTube chat? Can YouTube chat be based?" Well, the thing is, it's probably going to be less argumentative if YouTube chat's based, because there's less people that are going to see your messages. So that's the silver lining. So if you say unhinged shit that's going to start like a flame war in my comment section, it'll have less impact. But if people start debating on their moral values and ethics on Twitch, it makes my life a living nightmare, because I have to tell everybody to shut the fuck up. Because obviously the only person that's right about their opinions is me. Obviously. And I can't have people disagreeing with me. Heard you're a certified Glad hater? That's right. I'm waiting on the card in the mail, but the German government moves slow. Meow for us? I'm not doing that. Why do you want that? Your titties are glorious. Thanks, Big Puss. They're all natural. All I did was hate men. Come on. Come on what? He hates his viewers. Well, that's not true. I just know that I have to raise you guys to be good chatters, okay? I can't have you being rude. You represent me and my community, you know? And we're soy and woke. And you can't remind me of the COD days where I wasn't soy and woke, okay? I'm honored to be called Big Puss. Thank you for that. No worries, Big Puss. I'm soying so hard. Same, dude. I can taste the rainbow. I feel like you should bring up the secret lore. Secret lore? What does that sound like a threat to dox me? What are you talking about? Oh, the nut lore. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, there is lore. Okay, there are rumors among the cat snack community that the tits are not tits, and they are in fact my giant male testicles. Okay, it's neither confirmed nor denied yet, but you know. Hey, Dino Kitty, Big Puss, you give me a little subscribe? Shit, thank you for the sub, dude. I appreciate it. You just moved up in my social hierarchy. You've gained 100 social credit. Thank you. I heard Snack became a Glad hater when Mouse learned of Glad's Damon-hating ways. Schween, are you Damon? I feel like if you were Damon, I'd be able to tell within probably 10 messages. There is Utada Hikaru in Twitchland. Oh, that's 100% Damon. Only Damon structures a sentence like that. Are you in 2 chats right now, dog? Based. Big puss in here throwing coins? Hell yeah. That's what I like to see. Making it rain, dude. Tucking in my G-string. It is funny. Look, I've never been to a strip club. But my idea of a strip club in Canada is probably way more expensive than a strip club in the US. Sade, you give me a little sub too? What's going on, guys? Why you give me money, huh? I'm not complaining. Thank you so much for that, Sade. So, 100 social credit to Sade. What was I saying? I was saying... Oh, yeah. Because Canadian dollars are loonies, okay? We have a loonie for $1. It's basically a big... I don't even know what it is. I don't know if it's copper. It's probably some fake bullshit metal anyways. And it's got like a bird on it. Okay. This is how I draw birds. It's a bird. It's got a bird on it. The loon. That's why we call it a loony. Beef, you give me a little sub? Shit. 100 social credit to Beef. There you go. You can call me Dad once again. I'll allow it. Disney 3 gifted subs. Guys, what the fuck are you guys doing right now? Thank you for all the subs, guys. That's crazy. I'm definitely going to the strip club now. But yeah, the idea in my mind of strip clubs in Canada is because, like, there's no... Like, normally, you know how the stereotype is, like, you tuck the dollar in the G-string? But we have, like, loonies. So I don't know if, like, strippers wear coin pouches. Or if they fucking... You just... Like, where do you put the coins? Do you have to donate? Do you have to give them a minimum of $5? That seems really expensive. Dizzy? Stop. Stop. No, stop it. Stop it, guys. Thank you for the sub, Dizzy. Again. Scam train, let's go. I don't know what hype trains are, by the way. Need to resub before going to bed. Have a good rest of stream and go throw some dollars at people in the strip clubs. I will shout out. In your honor, I'll go pelt some strippers with coins. ATP, someone throw me a sub? Aren't you? You're Prime right now. You got a Prime sub. Isn't that the same thing? Up the folds like a piggy bank? I don't know what folds. I don't think strippers have coin slots. I hope they don't. Okay, what kind of pose do I want to draw? You know what? I was drawing a guy punching. Let's just draw a guy punching, you know? How's your week been, guys? My week, like I said, was incredibly slow and incredibly boring. I don't like that. I need more space. I should probably do this on another layer, too, because I know I'm going to fuck up. We threw so many coins at him, his PNG titty mouse was frozen in fear. Oh, Snack crashed. Uh-oh. Well, I guess I'll restart it. Give me a second. We're going to be mouseless for a second here. Close the program. Get out of here. What the fuck? Is PNG Tuber Plus built in Godot? When I closed it down, it said Godot was crashing. I don't have Godot open. That's weird. What up, Moja? How you doing? I spent the last 40 minutes in trying to figure out how to make a train in a train simulator move. Please send help. I think you might be better off using like Farm Simulator or something, dude. I don't think you're meant to ride trains. I'm just saying, it's not for you. Yes, Godot's a game engine. I know it is. I've used it before. I just didn't know that PNG Tuber Plus was built in Godot. Snack, please, how to draw fucking arms? I've been trying for the last 5 hours. Well, I don't know how to draw arms fucking, but I could show you how to draw an arm just like normal anatomy. Let's see. You start with a deltoid, and the deltoid has, from the side, it's got sort of this like triangular, diamond-y looking shape. Okay? It's a little bit more like this. Okay? From the front, it's gonna look a little bit like this. Right? And then the bicep is going to basically originate from around here. And you're going to get sort of this shape here. From the side, it's going to originate here. Okay? The reason this diamond point here goes right into this bicep point here is because it actually inserts inside and connects to the bone. There's a bone called the humerus bone that runs through here, okay? That the deltoid attaches to, that the bicep attaches to also, but it attaches a little bit higher. And then the bicep comes down, it attaches to the, I don't know, is the ulnar bone? It's one of the bones, it's either the ulnar or the radius. It's one of the bones in your forearm. Anyways, so from the side, the bicep's gonna look like this. This inserting in there. You could even curve this a little bit more if you want. Then, from the front here, you're not really going to see it very often unless the guy's really jacked, but you'll see a little bit of the tricep poking out, okay? And then that'll connect down here. It'll continue down here. If he's really jacked, you'll see the tricep coming out on the other side too, because it's a lot wider than the bicep. Okay? From the side, though, if you got this sort of peak on the bicep here, where the peak is around here, on the tricep, the peak is a little bit offset, so it's going to be a little higher. Okay, and then it just kind of comes down like this. And it's going to connect into the bottom here, which is more or less going to be the elbow. Then, from around here, you're going to start the first forearm muscle, and then the other forearm muscle is going to be sort of like this. Now, this is not perfect, but this is generally how I think about drawing the arm. Okay? The deltoid is very, very small relative to the biceps here, so I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger. Deltoid being the shoulder muscle. And now these arms and these anatomies are going to have different shapes. Snack, you're wrong. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. The simulator only has 175 things to change in the control setting. I'll surely figure it out soon. Surely. Don't call me Shirley. I'm just kidding. And then hand. Something like that. Something like that. That was just like a quick little rough, you know? But these are sort of the shapes I think of whenever I'm drawing an arm. Okay, this is a bad arm example because it's cut off by the edge of the frame here. I'll put it like here-ish. And we'll tilt it so I can sort of continue it. And call me maybe. The boys trying to chase me. And the hand would be like this, sort of. You can't really see it because, again, no space. But does this help? Does it give you an idea? What if I want to request a sad song? Go ahead. So that's it. That's it for the arm anatomy. More or less. That's how I think about it anyways. This arm is actually not super accurate here. It would probably be like this, but the hand would probably be inversed. Anyways, it's not super important. Hands are a whole different beast, you know? You're most likely not pushing the emergency button to make any button do shit. The simulator only has 175 things that change the control settings. I'll surely figure it out soon. I believe in you. Most trains have a, I'm sitting here alright, let me push buttons. I always felt like train guys, or guys who drive trains, they just basically have like one lever, and it goes forward or backwards, and it looks like this. This is how I imagine like a train drives. You just basically push this forward to go forward, and you push it backwards to go backwards. And that's it. Everything else is all a computer. That's my guess anyways. That's how I take trains for granted. Sheaf calls you daddy in the father type of way. Beef does stuff that I can't explain sometimes, you know? Snack, when we watching a movie you want? I don't know, dude. What up, Ian? How you doing? I don't know, dude. I don't like, I'm not good at planning stuff, and I'm not good at doing things. And I'm very busy these days. And these are all excuses, but they're what I have. I would just say, the expectation of me watching a movie, very low. I hate that I suck at drawing. Well, don't we all, dude? Trust me, you won't suck forever. You just keep going, dude. I promise. It'll get better. Anyways, I'm gonna clear out these arms. Ew, dad as father, what the fuck? Hey, what up, Sid? How you doing? Lord of the Ring Marathon, let's go! You can do that, Glad. If you want to host a Lord of the Ring Marathon in my server, you're more than welcome to. I won't be there, though. What are we gonna sink? That was a very weird burp. What are you, the burp police? What do you mean weird burp? Did it sound like a chainsaw starting? Nuh-uh. It's my iron lungs, dude. Just blasting motorized gas through my esophagus. Girlfriend. Hey, hey. Whistles are pretty gay, to be honest. What if you do the really loud one where you put your fingers underneath your tongue, you know, and you just blast it? The, like, hunter's whistle. New panels, so cool. That's right, we added new panels. I haven't figured out how to make my links clickable though. I gotta figure that out because right now it sucks, and I don't know what other FAQs to add in there. You're a bit silly, ee. Yeah, that's me, dude. I'm a little goofball, dude. You know, I'm just a little silly millennial guy, you know? Hee hee. I'll send you how to set it up on Discord, please, dude. I need fucking guidance. I'm never gonna figure it out myself. Are the streamed art assets properly credited? The streamed art assets? What do you mean, my PNG tuber? It's now my FAQ. So when people ask me, I can start like I can sassily be like, read the FAQ, bitch. The socials. I mean, the socials are my socials. What do you mean credited? Boba did the drawings, if that's what you're asking. I guess that'll have to be something I add to the FAQ. Why do you have a furry tag? I thought you weren't a furry. Well, I never said I wasn't a good marketer. He's in denial. No, guys, it ain't happening. There's gonna be no YIF sessions. All right. Ah, I see. Beef. Can I change it while I'm live? I think I can. Let me figure this out. Oh shit! I don't want the image to link to that. I don't want the image to link to anything though. That's the problem. I see what you're doing. The issue is the FAQ symbol or the social symbol is oh, I gotta change my stream schedule too. Okay, but it's the only way. Where's Boba's signature? I own him, okay? He doesn't get credited. He gets credited enough. My jam is on. Hell yeah, dude. Speaking of jam... Never mind. I gotta pee. I'll be right back. There's no jam on my penis, though, so don't worry. All right, any curly girl method users in chat? I need to know. Where my curly girls at, dude? Is Snack frozen right now? Motherfucker, dude, this thing keeps crashing. What do you mean curly? You mean curly hair? If you don't know what the curly girl method is, this question's not for you. Okay, I gotta shoot straight. But the question is basically, I use like a specific product for my hair because I've got type 2C hair, okay? So it's like a little curly, but it's not super duper curly. It's not like coily, you know? And because of that, I apply gel to it. But the issue is my gel, I don't know that I like it, and I don't know that I like the texture of the curls that it gives me. And I'm wondering if there are any curly girl experts in chat that that can help a brother out. 2C's basically wavy. It's like mildly less curly than Jon Snow's hair. It's basically the same length. It's just a little bit less curly than that, like a tiny little bit. 2C is not wavy. It's definitely like curly. I guess it's like in between, but it depends. 2C hair. Right away now. Unless you want to go bald, keep it natural, bruh. Brother, you have no idea how fucking, like, horrible frizz is for people with curly hair. If you're telling me to just rock it natural. Bro, I would look like a chia pet. It would look insane. It would not look good at all. But my hair is basically like this. This is what, I'll draw it on this guy. This is kind of what my hair looks like currently. Probably around this length. That's probably what my hair looks like right now. And I have a mustache. This is actually me. My nose is not that flat, though. My nose is probably more like, This is unironically me. My eyes don't look like that, though, and I don't have tattoos on my face, but... That's so hot, bro, not gonna lie. No, it's not. No. Guys, I'm disgusting. That's why I'm a PNG tuber, alright? I'm disfigured. I look like a mutant. You have that porn stash? Actually, yes. And when I go to work, I wear glasses, okay? It makes me look blind when I draw them like that, though. You can see my eyes through them. It's a hellish combo you got going on there. Look, I'm a white-collar worker, dude. Literally, I was wearing a button-up to work today. This is what I look like at the office. Okay? Something like that. This makes me look like I'm wearing a hoodie. I'm not. Unironically what I look like. And by unironic, I mean literally. My hair's probably a little longer at the back, actually. Wait, a button-up is just a shirt? Man, you look passable? What does that mean? Passable compared to what? What am I trying to pass as? Anyways. Hey, I commissioned a few pieces back in November and I've gotten nothing to this point. I don't know, I've never commissioned anyone before. Do I ask for an update or what? Yeah, you could ask for an update. And I would also probably just be like, hey man, do you have a timeline also? It's hard to find something that holds but isn't crunchy as hell. Well, you what's the term? The curly girls know what I'm talking about. It's fuck. It's not squish to condish, okay? It's what is it? You break the cast, is that it? Breaking the cast? Scrunch the crunch, that's right, Baloots. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. There's my curly girl. Yeah, I guess don't be sassy if you're asking for an update. Unless you never want your shit back, then you could just say whatever you want, really. I fell for emergency commissions propaganda. I don't think... No, I was gonna say I've never commissioned anyone, but I literally have like a PNG tuber drawn by a guy. Okay, speaking of, where the fuck is this stupid PNG tuber? He also did my, my FAQ mice and shit, so... Boba is basically just my, he does my branding. He's my brand ambassador. My jaw is not this boxy. Does Boba get paid? Never. I keep him chained up in my dungeon. He gets paid in exposure. I'm just kidding. No, I do pay him. That's how you look when you stay mewing? I don't mew, okay? We just go natural. I just go with what God gave me. Yes, if I do good enough, he doesn't whip me. Yeah, except he asks me to all the time. It's, like, annoying. What gel do you use? I use the most dog shit, like, Walmart brand. Not Your Mother's. I think that's what it's literally called. It's, like, Not Your Mother's styling gel or some shit. Not Your Mother's. I just don't like the way my hair looks. Like the curls feel very flat. There's like nothing to them. And I think I just need to experiment with different products. When it comes to curly hair, guys, it really does come down to products, unfortunately, you know? I claim Photoshop, no jaw distension coming with age. Ah, but do you want to be whipped, though? He does. Agreed, you need a diffuser? I have one. I have, like, the fucking... I haven't used it in a while, though. My dad actually brought it to me recently, because it was at his place for the longest time. So maybe I'll start using my diffuser more. But the issue is, I'm also incredibly lazy. And I don't want to fucking diffuse my hair for 20 minutes before I go to work. I just want to wake up and go to work, dude. You know? Well, use it then. I mean, yeah, I just don't want to wake up early. That's all. I don't care about my image enough to, like, sacrifice my sleep. I don't know what these cubes are, by the way. I'm just kind of doing weird shapes. I mean, you don't have to do it every day unless you wash your hair every day. I wet my hair every day. I wash it every, like, 3 days, roughly. And I shampoo and condition. Day 2 is probably, like, when it's the nicest. The issue is, my curls don't maintain overnight. I got, like, a fucking, what are those freaking things? Like, the like, shower cap looking things? You know, like, it looks like this. Like the bonnet. That's what it's called. A bonnet. I got a bonnet. I look I look like I'm like culturally appropriating hard as fuck whenever I wear this thing. But it does preserve my curls a little bit, you know? It doesn't do like a very good job. I look I look so fucking bad when I'm wearing it, dude. I look so stupid. A white man with a bonnet is like a white man with a mustache who wears like collared shirts is with a bonnet. It's just such a fucking stupid look. I hate wearing it. A bonnet? I love this extra information. Honestly, I've said some pretty heinous things about myself on stream, but bonnet has got to be one of the worst reveals. I'd rather tell you guys 10 stories about me shitting myself than reveal I wear a bonnet. I mean, you know, it's too late at this point. Hey, babes, hair care is for everyone. You do you. Oh, I will. I am. I'm quite sure you already use your mustache trainer during the night. You're just making shit up, dude. I don't know what you're talking about, Damon. Wear your bonnet proudly, King. Alright, I will. I'll wear my bonnet. I'm sorry, shitting stories? These were the olden days, dude. When I started streaming, I don't shit myself as much as I let on, though. I think I shit myself once when I was like 15, and then once again when I was like 23, maybe. Both times they were accidents. And I guess when I was a baby. And then eventually when I'm old, I'll shit myself more, probably. But now you need to reveal your shitting stories to make us forget about the bonnet. Well, I hope they were accidents. They for sure were. The first one was when I was 15. Look, I don't even know if this happened, okay? And I know that sounds really sus for me to say. But the reason is because I was incredibly drunk. And it was the first time I'd ever drank in my life. And my friends just kept feeding me alcohol. And I bought way too much alcohol. And I consumed things really fast. And what happened was I just, like, pounded back a shit ton of alcohol in a short amount of time. They hit me all at once, and I basically blacked out. And my friends told me I shit myself. I don't remember it, though. I remember being really fucked up, and I probably could have died. Genuinely, I probably could have actually died. But, yeah, they told me I shit myself. And not only did they tell me, one of the guys told fucking everybody at school. Okay? Everybody. So everybody knew I shit myself when I was in high school. Okay? And then it's funny, because I assumed that sort of reputation eventually went away. And it didn't, like, it wasn't like a... I mean, it definitely sucked, but, you know, it is what it is. When you're 15, it's, like, it's worse. If somebody tried to make fun of me at, like, 31 for shitting my pants, I don't think I would care. But when I was 15, I definitely cared, because, you know, you're a teenager. You're supposed to be insecure. Anyways, so funny thing, I dated this girl, that I went to high school with, but we only reconnected in, like, our early 20s, so when we were, like, 22-ish, 22, 23-ish, around there is when we started dating, and, she introduced me to some of her old high school friends. We didn't have any of the same friends. I hung out with, like, the stoner type, like, jock type dudes, and she was in band, okay? So very different groups. And when her friends met me, actually, when she explained who I was, all of her friends went, wait, isn't that the guy who shit himself? And so half of her friends remembered me as the guy who shit himself in high school. Ah, this story. It's a classic. What can I say? They knew. Oh, they knew, dude. They knew. Anyways. All that to say, I'm living rent-free in some head somewhere, okay? So that's shit story number 1. Why does this arm look so weird? Make it shorter. And then the other one was, again, I was dating this girl, same girl. And what happened was, this is a really sad one. This one, the image of this one is really fucking sad. Okay, so I'm sitting... She was a TA. She was doing her PhD, and she was a TA at the time. And so she was in her... She was at school. I don't know what she was doing. Probably, like, teaching a class or some shit. I don't fucking know. Anyways, I was at home, because I worked at McDonald's at the time. Okay? And I'm sitting on her bed, naked, with a big ass bag of McDonald's. And I'm just chowing it down, dude. And I had to fart. At least I thought it was a fart. And so I let it rip. And I pooed a little. And I wasn't wearing any clothes. And so I shit on her bed. And, anyways, I ended up cleaning the sheets. You know, we solved the problem. And, that's it, really. That's the story. That's story. That's the other shit story. She was not a very good girlfriend, though, guys, so it's okay. You guys don't have to feel bad for her. You sharted on her bed? Exactly. And I don't regret it. I'm not one of those guys who, like, complains about every girl I've dated. But this one, you know what? I don't feel any guilt. I don't feel bad for her. I feel bad for you. I was doing great, dude. I was eating McDonald's. The shart was the foreshadowing to the relationship. It was kind of symbolic in a way, you know? How does barf turn into shit? Barf did not turn into shit. I sharted. It was a shart. Shart. S-H-A-R-T. Sharted. It's like a combination of fart and shit. It's a shart. I've heard worse, high-key. My friend told me about this guy who, like, scooted off her bed and left a skid mark on her sheets. Woo! That's rough. That's a rough one, dude. Some girl told me she went on a date with a dude and instantly puked everywhere. And she didn't know why. And she said she like felt apparently he was really nice to her on the date. And he was like, "Oh, it's okay, like don't worry, like are you okay?" Like all this stuff, and he was like trying to like console her. And she basically left and blocked him. She just she couldn't face him again. How do you leave a fucking skid mark though? That's so nasty. Clean your ass, boys. It's not gay, alright? Trust me. Snack, do you wash your ass? I do. I wash my ass. But I'm a liberal man, you know, so... Prove it? I'm not sending you a picture of my ass, dude. I clean my ass because it's gay. Damn. New wave. These freaking new gen, the new gays are on one, yeah. Do y'all have bidets in Canada? No, we're like Neanderthals, dude. We just use dry paper. We're disgusting. We're sick. Trust me, I went to like New York City and I tried this one toilet in like this Japanese restaurant. It was a Japanese toilet. Changed my life, dude. If I was a billionaire, okay, that'd be a sign for sure. That would be 100% a sign. Scraping it off. Just smearing it, dude. Don't include me in your dry paper heathenry. Look, I'm a barbarian. I can't tell it, like, I don't know what to say. Ew. Whatever, man. It's the Warriors mentality, okay? Not needing a bidet is probably part of why we expanded our Western Empire, you know? It's the type of gruffness you need to colonize. It's just the way it is. Krusty is so nasty. Oh, you guys are lucky my buddy's not here. I have a buddy who, like, literally gags if you, like, talk about anything poop-related. I'm sure some of you are like that right now, but you unfortunately don't have the authority to change the subject. Snack owns property, but does not have an anal douche extension in his primary toilet. That's right, I don't. I have a shower, though, which I use daily. Otter, thank you for the sub, dude. You didn't do it anonymous this time. Eating chocolate right now? Yummy. Have you guys ever shit yourself? Let me know in the comments below. In adulthood, obviously. Or, you know, adolescence. At a time in your life where you're not supposed to. Play that music loud. Boom, 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 clap. Unfortunately not. You're not living, dude. You're not living, Ian. I thought someone subbed for this poop talk. I know a man who would. I do know a man who would. I know a man who loves poop. like actually loves it. It's like it's his actual thing. Like his kink. Okay, I don't know this man in real life. To be clear, this is not a friend of mine. This is a chatter who used to show up here regularly in the past, who loved poop and poop stories. Okay? This is not a homie of mine, alright? Where is he? You guys, the OGs know who. Is this the guy who would force you to draw girls pooping? I mean, he didn't force me. He would just, like, persistently ask me all the time. But yes, him. I want him back. You loved him so much, dude. He was definitely cranking his hog every time he would, like, ask me to draw this shit. I never did, by the way. I think I did one time. Maybe I did. Okay, I did. Whatever. Sue me, okay? I was curious. A little too passionate? Okay, he had this recurring theme that he really liked. It revolved around a woman on the toilet. This is how the story always starts. A woman on the toilet, being home invaded, and she fends off, the invader, and she often, uses her poopy toilet. I don't remember the stories very well, okay? I've kind of blocked them out of my memory, but there's a lot of poop fighting and a lot of murdering home intruders. Did you send him a video of yourself pooping? No, what? No, dude. That's premium content. For free? He wasn't even subbed. I learned that term literally yesterday from that one TikTok, not gonna lie. What term? Oh yeah, Toothpaste did too, that's true. Big Push says, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Chimpanzees do that. They fling shit to ward off challengers in territory disputes. Yeah, there's a lot of shits chimps do that I don't want to do. They also rip each other's nuts off when they fight. It's like they're like smart enough to know that like your testicles are just like a really vulnerable point. So when they fight to the death, they will just go straight for the nuts and like rip them off. They don't have like the human etiquette of like no nut shots, you know? Menards, exactly. I knew a French lady whose last name was Menard. Actually, I know a lot of people whose last name is Menard in Canada. A lot of French Canadians are Menards. I'm gonna overshare. Damon, coming from you, that terrifies me. But you know what? While we're on the topic of poop, go crazy, dog. I'm not gonna stop you. Today was Warhammer's live reveal. Uh-oh. If this is going where I think it's going, don't go there. When we are talking about... When were we talking about poop kinks? The last, like, 10 minutes. Okay, here's this big muscly man. I don't really know what to do with him. Oh, rock on. No, that's a part 2 to the previous comment. How'd I get Autobot? Oh, Menards. I feel like maybe Nard? I don't know. I don't really know. I get automodded all the time. Actually, usually it's for stuff that makes sense, I guess. Sometimes it's for, like, weird shit, though, you know? I want to cosplay as Chuds crying about femstodes. Anyways, what I want to say was... Femstodies, right. There are lady custodies now, right? What I want to say is they introduce gun swords that have crossguards made of magazines for the gun part. Crossguards? What are femstodies? They rebranded Warhammer, so there's like a creed of like custodies, which is like a race of fighters, I think, that are ladies. I think that was a big controversy. It's basically, you know, they're turning Warhammer woke or whatever. If I give this guy an ass, am I gonna get fucking TOS'd? Oh. Okay. I'll just leave it like that. We won't go into too much detail. Nah, give him one? Well, he has one now. I don't really like this guy, to be quite honest. Not my thing. When are we getting low streak chicken fan art? I don't know. I only know. I don't know what low streak and chicken. Well, I know what chicken is. I don't know what low streak are. I've never actually played. Ooh, lose the glasses. That's a rare one. Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Oh fuck! I hit the wrong button. Shit. Oops. There you go. Do you ever do community art like shared canvas? Magma's fun. I have not. No, I have not. I'm terrible at community events. I really am like bad at it. We did do a Secret Santa. That was like one of the first big community events we put on, and it was a pretty big success. But logistically, it's a pain in the ass to plan, you know? I'm scared of what this community would create. Honestly, they're not that bad. Mostly because I police pretty aggressively. Defund snack, you know? That way you guys can post all your not safe for work smut and all that stuff. It's almost like you have mods to help organize. Well, last time I checked, the mods complained that they were doing a lot of work. Maybe I'm misremembering a certain mod who was complaining about all the work. Who? I don't know. Who could it be, I wonder? Draw. I'm drawing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Magma's nice because you don't have to facilitate a game like Gartic or something. Magma's just one of those big canvas and everyone draws on it. The issue, though, is like, how do I control somebody from not drawing a hyper-realistic cock on my canvas, you know? I don't like the... I'm very, I'm not a particularly neurotic person, but I have traits that are, like, kind of, like, very neurotic, and one of them is I like to have a lot of control over stuff. And I don't like relinquishing control over stuff like that, especially like my stream. It sketches me out. Like I'd be very, very hesitant to do a community event live where I let people have control. I don't know. It depends on the thing, I guess. You can immediately delete their lair as the host. Yeah, but it's like the second it's there forever. I'd have to like clear the VOD to get that off Twitch, right? That's a lot of words to say I don't want it because I'm lazy. That's part 2. I don't want it because I'm lazy, for sure. You can have control over me? Right, right. I feel like if I just do a bunch of like random heads and stuff, one of them will turn out nice. I'd say if you did it, make it invite only so people don't have to request access, and you can say no if you don't know them. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like a pain in the ass. Anyways, yeah, we can plan another community thing. We'll talk business later. There's an appetite for it. I don't know that I'd want it to be live, though. I think what we could do is we could probably do some sort of community thing. But, like we did with the Secret Santa, we just have, like, a special channel for it. We could actually probably repurpose the Secret Santa channel. But, yeah. We do have to clear that Secret Santa channel, because it's not Secret Santa anymore, but... Don't you French like pain? Aren't you French, dog? You're always making fun of my French. Or are you just a critic? Are you just a hater? That was a perfectly timed howl, dude. Null Point Pen, how you doing, big dog? Get in here. We and also what? Most French people hate the French the most? That's kind of true. See y'all later. Animal Crossing dropped a massive update and I'm gonna partake. French? Are you Quebecois? Actually, don't dox. I'm French Canadian. That's pretty common knowledge here. I'm definitely French Canadian. Je suis Canadien français, mais je suis francophone. Je viens pas du Québec, mais je suis francophone. My grandma used to have a hotel in Spain. Whenever a French person called to book, she'd say it's full. Old people racism goes crazy, dude. Oh my god, please don't speak French. Alright, damn. Shit, alright. Auto redeem speak French, 1 minute. Ok, il est 6h42 en ce moment. On va continuer jusqu'à 6h43. Je vais juste checker combien de secondes parce que ça me tente pas de parler comme plus longtemps que nécessaire. Aujourd'hui au travail, j'ai pas fait grand chose d'intéressant. Il y a pas vraiment. Il faut que vous me donniez un sujet parce que si vous me donnez pas de sujet, je vais juste dire comme n'importe quoi puis ça n'aura pas rapport. Donc je sais pas. Ok, on va continuer jusqu'à 6h44. I guess on va faire 2 minutes straight de français. Fais-en pour 2 minutes, ok. Gachigasme. C'est ça ton petit emote. Ok, on va continuer pour 3 minutes. Guys, donnez-moi quelque chose à dire. Y a rien à. Comme j'ai aucun sujet. Comment romantique? Champion Bob sur YouTube dit comment romantique. C'est bien romantique quand je vous parle en français en ce moment. Je suis en train de faire un petit redeem que chat ils me font faire. Après ça, on va continuer puis on va retourner à vous parler en anglais. Mais ouais, en tout cas, en ce moment, ce que j'essaie de faire sur mon... ça serait quoi le mot en français pour... Canvas? Bro est en train de freestyler son Simlish. Non, je suis pas en français. C'est de même qu'on parle au Canada. Je sais vraiment pas quoi dire, guys. Aujourd'hui, je sais pas. C'est plus facile quand quelqu'un est en train de me parler. Si quelqu'un est en train de me parler en français, je peux faire un back and forth. On peut se parler comme normalement. Mais si je dois juste comme créer un sujet comme de nulle part, ça fonctionne pas très bien parce que c'est juste c'est un peu difficile, mais. Alors, est-ce que tu préfères les pieds ou les aisselles? C'est quoi une aisselle encore? Une aisselle, j'imagine. Aisselle. C'est-tu comme le bas du pied? Aisselle. Ah! Ok. Ah, ouais, ok. Armpit, got it. Je préfère... Oh, fuck. Ça, c'est une décision... Une décision vraiment difficile. Je pense que si ça me prendrait... Comme s'il y a un fusil à ma tête, je prends probablement... Fuck, man. L'aisselle, est-tu poilu? Ou c'est-tu comme smooth? On a-tu comme une aisselle bald? S'il est poilu, je prends les pieds. Mettons que c'est des pieds de femme, j'imagine, ok? Si c'est des pieds d'homme, ils sont probablement poilus aussi, donc... Mais je pense que j'irai avec les aisselles de femme. Pas poilus. Oh my god, ça continue, ça fait 5 minutes straight qu'on parle en français. Holy fuck, dude. Tout le monde va commencer à joindre mon stream puis ils vont penser que je suis un streamer francophone. Je ne suis pas, man. Je parle anglais, on est anglophone. L'anglais, c'est ma langue dominante. Mais j'ai été élevé en français, donc je sais comment parler en français. Et aussi, si tu travailles au Canada, tu te trouves souvent dans des situations où tu dois parler en français. Donc, j'ai eu assez d'utilisation de la langue française pour me considérer assez fort en français. Oh fuck. Oh fuck, on vient juste de pogner un redeem ASMR. Ok. Je vais juste continuer en français, puis ce qu'on va faire, c'est... On va changer, puis on va vous parler en français de manière ASMR. Je connais pas la traduction ASMR en français. Puis honnêtement, l'acronyme ASMR, je suis même pas sûr. Comme je suis pas certain
Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? Comme si tu le dis... Ben pas en acronyme, tu sais. Ça sonne mieux. Unfollow et blocked. What? Throbbing boner. T'as une érection qui pulse en ce moment. I think we're gonna do the rest of this in French, because I think, or in English, sorry, because I think we've switched out of the freaking French redeems, dude. I think time's up on the French redeems, so now we got another minute of this. I don't really know what to say. It's always difficult when somebody redeems one of these like vocal things, because the reality is I don't have like a topic off the top of my head. Anyone can shove right now? Me neither. You guys stroking your shit in my chat? Be stroking your shit, guys. So we're a family chat, family wholesome chat. Why does it sound like you almost drool? It's probably because my microphone is tilted down, so I have to tilt down, and I'm probably holding back actual drool. I don't know. I don't drool a lot when I talk, but it happens. It happens sometimes. Okay, I think it's been about 2 minutes. I think that's it. We're gonna wrap it up there. Congratulations on the ASMR redeem. There's a reason that redeem costs 15,000 channel points, because I fucking hate doing it. It sucks. Stop inhaling through your mouth. Okay, I'll inhale through my... That's my nose breathing, dude. You can say he's driving you, Coco. Guys, quit cranking hog and flicking bean, dude. Quit being sickos, alright? I don't think I can sleep tonight. I'm traumatized. Good. You can work harder. Stay up all night, dude. Oh my god, your PNG tuber's so cute. Thank you. We're just a cozy little channel. We just like doing little cozy content, keeping things wholesome and cute. That's how we roll. That's how we roll here. Do it. Stop, guys. Stop redeeming to do a jiggle. Yeah, it do. It do jiggle. It jiggle. Oh, shit, dude. You broke the illusion. I thought the timing of that was, like, perfect. After the most unhinged, like, fucking 6 minutes that this channel's seen all day, following the shit talks, okay? First thing I heard when I joined was throbbing boner. Okay, good. So the illusion wasn't broken. You just heard me lying to you then. That's better. I would rather that. So I can ASMR in French? If you wombo combo, yeah, for sure. I actually had one person complain that they didn't want that, but, you know, they don't come around here anymore, so fuck them. You lie wasn't gonna hold for long? Your lie wasn't gonna hold for long? That's true. I say unhinged shit like every sentence, so there was no hope on that one. Please, Fraulein Nancy, don't be scared away by the jiggle. You can be scared, it's okay. You shall be my French exposure. I don't know if you wanna hit this accent, dude. They want their Gooner material in English and English only. NFT, you're the one who redeemed it. What we want is Tangia integration and French ASMR as a redeemable soundbite. What? How do you come up with this shit, dude? Tangia? What's Tangia? I know what Pangea is.
Time to save up points and redeem the French minutes. Oh no. I've been trying to learn French for years on and off. Why? Do you live in Canada? I think it's an advantage if you live here. Otherwise, I don't know what the point is, but... Yes, I'm Canadian? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, that's what I like to hear. I like the ASMR boyfriend voice. Normally what I do whenever I get one of those redeems is I contrast it by just saying the most unhinged things I could talk about. Just so people don't get the impression I'm trying to thirst trap. But I think it's inevitable when I speak in a whispered tone, point blank at a microphone. I can't help it, dude. I think guys with deep voices are basically the equivalent of like girls with fat tits. It's like you're just in a situation where even if you try to not look sexual, it just comes out that way. Like you're just screwed. You know, you try and look cute with like a nice little crop top, and your titties are popping out, and you're looking too sexy. And I think with dudes with deep voices that whisper point blank into a microphone, we're basically the same. We're kin. Okay, I get the struggle. Trust Foul Arts over on YouTube says, hello, absolutely love your little mouse character. Thank you. Thank you so much, Trust Foul Arts. You just have a naturally sexy voice. What can I say? Shit, type shit. You know? My steak too juicy, my lobster too buttery. Girls that have big girls, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about? It's just like an inevitability that people associate certain things to certain things, you know? I think you don't need to worry about that with your Canadian French accent. Thanks, dude. J'aime que j'écoute. I think I would say j'aime ce que j'écoute. Because that would mean, like, I like what I'm hearing. If you say j'aime que j'écoute, you're just saying I like that I'm hearing, I guess. I don't know, at this point I want the low voice since I only have mosquito bites for tits. I'm pretty flat-chested too, don't worry. The drawing's looking good. These are your original characters? They are. They're a bunch of random characters. We've done these. We've done some over here. We have these guys over here. We have this girl over here. We've got these girls over here. What else? We got a little, yeah, we got all these characters. We got a bunch of shit that we've been drawing over time. So we got stuff everywhere. And we're just starting a fresh new canvas. I don't really know what I'm going to do with it, but... Snacks drawing randos? Exactly. I love them all. Wait, you didn't start ranting about your definition of an OC? It takes too long, dude. I feel like every single time I like... You know what? You know what it is? It's cause Trust Foul Arts didn't say OC. They said original character. Which these are technically original characters, but I feel like if you say original character, it has a different meaning than OC. I feel like OC, like the acronym, using the acronym is really what people mean by like, I'm making my OC, you know? That type of shit. Patchski, good morning from Australia too. I found your shorts, came for the adorable PNG tuber, and stayed for the art advice. The possible bullying to finish my own pieces. Je ne sais pas. Dude, why is everybody French? Also, how you doing, Patchski? Tout le monde est français, dude. Tout le monde parle en français. On est tous des francophones dans le chat, baby. Let's get it. French be winning. But yeah, Patchki, you want me to bully you? Is that what you're saying? I don't bully. But I will encourage you to draw right now. Part of me wants to learn Icelandic, because then I can speak Viking. I feel like the issue is like a lot of languages like Icelandic, or like some language that doesn't have like a robust media source. It's difficult to get a lot of input, you know? Unless you live there. So I feel like it becomes pretty difficult to sort of, you know, learn a language that just doesn't have a lot of media exposure. Like, unless you live there. Just because, like, you can learn Japanese in Canada, but that's because Japanese is, like, you can just watch, like, endless anime, you know? There's a lot of Chinese media, shit like that, but I feel like once you get into, like, countries with small populations and tiny little media, like, industries, it becomes a lot more difficult to find. I guess you could read. You'd have to start reading. But then you don't get, like, the tonation and, like, the cadence and shit, but... Wait, where are you from? Hello from the UK. I'm Canadian. I'm in Canada. Thank God. I could probably speak more Japanese than French, but possibly, if not bullying, then I don't know, maybe heavy-handed encouragement. Alright, Patsky. Listen here, Patsky. You little freaking freak, dude. You gotta pick up a pen right now and you gotta draw. If you don't draw, you're never gonna make it. You're never gonna be the best, dude. Don't you want to be the best? Don't you want to make it? Don't you want everybody to look at your work and be like, damn, Patsky did that? Ain't no way. Who's this Patsky guy? You want that? You want a little taste of that? Get to it, big dog. What are you waiting for? The Vikings were here in Canada since before Columbus. That's true. I'm a literal descendant of the Norman Vikings. Okay, my ancestry, if you track it back, my family immigrated to Montreal in like the early 1600s from Normandy. And before that, we were Normans. I assume. Your furry OC character's a mouse? Yeah, sure, yeah. Yeah. Guys, I'm not a furry. Everybody keeps asking me if I'm a furry. I'm not. This has to go in my FAQ, dude. I'm adding it to the fucking FAQ. I'm not a furry, okay? I wear the uniform, but I've never served. It's stolen valor. I've told you guys. I like your furry speaking natural. Alright, okay. Okay, thank you. Furry OC, damn. I'm getting all of the trigger words right now. Sure you're not. Alright. You got me. You got me. Insert Walter White, you got me gif. You got me. Hands are up. Patchkey says, my ADHD meds kick in. Since I said good morning, I actually just woke up, but yes, I will. Patchkey, your ADHD is a tool. You need to use it to guide you, okay? It's gonna call you into different avenues, and you gotta chase it. Like a dog chasing a ball, dude. And that's how you experiment. You get better, and you get diverse in your work. You're also not a VTuber, you just want the growth and exposure. I am a VTuber. Well, I'm a PNG tuber, you know? I'm not like Peanut. I'll rep the VTuber status. You can be a ReTuber and not be cringe. Unfortunately, I'm cringe and a VTuber, but, you know. It's okay to be cringe. That's true. It's the least harmful crime. Live and learn. Wait, is this live? Why did I read it as live? Is this Live and Learn from Sonic Adventures 2? I think so. It doesn't really help that I'm defending not being a furry while listening to Sonic Adventures right now, but I swear to God, this was one of chat's redeems. This is not my playlist. Which one of you guys is slandering me right now? Damon? How did I know? If I bite your tail, will I get your art skills? No, but you might paralyze me. Wanna bet? No, because I'm not really confident if that's the song you requested. No, it is. It is. Yeah, it is. I'll bet. It was you. Damn, paralyzed in a good way or bad? Can you think of a good one? Guys, have you ever heard of anybody ever say they want to be paralyzed? Yo, dude, you hear about this paralysis shit? It's pretty cool. I can think of a good one. I certainly can't. And now I'm curious. What's a good form of paralysis? And not constrainment, okay? That's not paralysis. That's different. If you're talking about, like restraining someone, that's a different thing. Sounds like BDSM with extra steps. We gotta stick together on a Saturday morning, says Patsky over on YouTube. But what I'm in love with... But what if I'm in love with my sleep paralysis demon? That would be an interesting anime plot, dude. A little, sleep paralysis demon yaoi. It doesn't have to be gay, I guess. It could be a straight sleep paralysis relationship. I'll leave it up to you guys. Snack's lack of sexual experience shows by not being a good sleep paralysis, by not knowing of good paralysis. Yeah, well, look, dude, I'm a virgin. Okay, I don't do none of that icky stuff. I'm the perfect Aztec sacrifice. All right, I'm keeping myself pure for the Lord. Chat wants yaoi? I know chat wants yaoi. For some reason, my entire chat is gay. I guess I have that effect. I don't know. Who's chat? You're looking at him. It's the furry character? It might be, dude. It might be. I'm not. I don't know what I am. Well, you got time. You'll figure it out, I'm sure. There's always the token buy, though. That's true. That is true. Guys, I hate this face. I don't really like any of the faces I'm drawing right now. I'm not gay at all. Me neither. Dropped a little sketch in Art Critics if you want to check it out. Please, dude. I haven't done a critique in so long. Let's do one. With the he said, she said. Current sketch. Any advice before black style coloring? Yeah, your gestures need to be pushed more. There's no clear gesture here. So let's pull up Coco's work. So this is what Coco's drawing. There's no gesture here. You need some sort of gesture. You need gesture, and you need to determine where the hell we're looking. Presumably, this is the subject. And because of that, because this is the subject, pick a point on the subject, and, you know, give it a gesture that leads the eye. And you've got, like, semblance of a gesture here. Like, look at this curve on the spine, right? Now, I think if you had something like this, where this arm's like that, this spike is farther up. And then you had this arm come down like this. Now you've got a little bit stronger of a gesture. Your bone, I would inverse the direction on it. So it flows with this other arm here. So I'd do something like this probably. And then this I would have sort of coming like this. Instead of having this right angle here, this right angle is very visually harsh. Whereas if you have sort of an angle coming down like this, it's going to help sort of guide the eye a little bit better back that way. This is sort of like what I would do. You can't have your poses sort of break up the flow, you know? Now, this looks really off-balanced. I don't know exactly what sort of gesture you can do, but the point is, you need some sort of gesture here. You know? You know? Save, save, save. Budget cuts. You know? What is a gesture? That's a good question. A gesture is basically one of two things, okay? It's either an S curve or a C curve. It can also technically be a straight, but I'm going to put this in parentheses because straight gestures are not great. Okay? And what a gesture is it's basically the longest axis of the pose, or, you know, it doesn't have to be in a pose. You can find gesture in fabric, in objects, in whatever, right? But the idea is basically you want to have a flow that runs through the pose and has a sort of clear direction. An example of this is if you look at the outline of this character, this is not a very strong gesture. It's why I don't really like this pose. But if you look at the outline of this character, you've generally got sort of this sort of curvature. This is like the long axis. It even continues with the shape I put in here. Okay, so we've got a C curve here, right? Whereas if I take, and there are other minor axes, okay, but the gesture is a combination of different ones. But basically, you want to pick a focal area. In my case, the face is the focal area. You want the gesture to lead the eye to that focal area through a bunch of different avenues. I've got this arm here that also has its own gesture. It's not the longest axis, but it is an axis that goes up to the face. Okay? I've got sort of these directional lines here. Like, all of this stuff is stuff that you can use to lead the eye to the focal area. Okay? And you can also use, like, this contains things. So the eye, if it drifts, it'll come here, it'll catch this, and then it'll loop back around. So you can guide the eye with, like, containment lines and stuff like that as well. That's where, like, these harsh edges go. Stops your eye from wandering too far away. Now, if I got rid of this, would it feel better? Maybe. This is where you push and pull and you play with things, right? And look, even this guy, his arm has a gesture going up to the face. So it leads you to the face. This character here has a strong C curve going through her. She's got a big gesture. You could argue it's an S curve, and there's no right or wrong gesture, but you do want to have some sort of gesture going through here. You can argue it's almost like an S curve, right? You got sort of that S feel to it. It is more of a C curve, though. And then again, all of these additional directional lines, the arm, it's all leading up to the face. This hand here leads up to the face. This leg leads up to the face. This leg, it breaks a little bit, but it also leads back in this direction, which just sort of helps you catch this, right? So that's what I'm thinking about when I'm doing gesture. This character here, gesture. Gesture comes up, and it curves through the foot up to the face. This arm leads up to the face. This arm leads up to the face. Okay? If I had an arm coming out like this, it would break up the gesture, and it would be a lot harder for the eye to visually go there. Doesn't mean it's wrong, doesn't mean it'll look bad, but it could weaken the pose. And I say could in asterisks there. It could weaken the pose. Doesn't mean it will, but it could. And these are things that you want to consider when you're posing out your character. Is where the strong gestures are, where the line of axis is, all this stuff. Like this sort of pose here has a gesture. It's a C curve. And there is like a break here, but it also kind of leads to the face a little bit. And it's not that big of a break, so it's not too bad. It doesn't distract too much. But these are the things that you want to think about when you're doing your poses and your gestures and all that stuff. Got it? So when I say gesture, I'm talking about the central flow of the pose. And it's a thing you have to train yourself to see, and it's a thing you have to train yourself to draw. And I think if you start with Coco's original pose here, there's no clarity on what's going on. So that's what I'm emphasizing, and that's where you're going to get the most bang for your buck on this drawing, is by having some sort of clear gestural direction to the pose. If he's attacking this creature, that's fine, but all of your limbs and all that stuff should lead you to sort of knowing that, okay? If I take away here, let's say I take away the torso and the head, what's the story that the arms and the leg are telling here? You kind of have the C curve coming through here, but then the head sort of has an opposing curve going the other way. So it's like it's too contrasting, right? Whereas if I take away the head on any of these characters, I feel like you could probably tell just by the arms and the legs, you could probably tell what the emotion of the character is, you know? Whereas I don't know if I could do that on yours. And so you want to make sure that you're capturing that. Patchski over on YouTube says the line of action. More or less. That's another word for it, is the line of action. Right? And that's probably a better term for it than gesture, because it's a lot more literal. What is your line going through your character? What is it pointing to? What is the action? What is the thing that you want to draw the eye to? And there's just no clarity in a gesture like this. Whereas if you clarify it, like, look, this might not be perfect, but there's more clarity and there's more direction. And it's up to you to sort of play around with that and figure out a way that works. So that would be my advice to you. You know? I should probably do a short on gesture, because I think that's a pretty good explanation of it. It's a very difficult concept to, like, explain to people, though. That's sort of my issue. Oops, this is backwards. But that's your biggest thing. So that's part 1, is gesture, okay? Part 2 is contrast. There is too much contrasting action in this pose. And there's no direction. Again, back to the gesture thing, we need direction. All of these lines, I get they're pointing this way, but then we're being told that the action is moving in this direction, right? All of these poses are going in this direction, and we're attacking this little creature or whatever. But then we have all these other things saying, look over here, look over here. Where am I supposed to look, Coco? You know? That's sort of the question I have. I think you're going to get a lot more use out of this if you dump all of these sort of outer elements and you narrow it to maybe the ones on the back. That way you've got all this contrast in this back area here. Okay? And you could do... I'm over erasing here. You know what? I should have just... clear all this shit out. Leave the back ones. And now you've got sort of... Look how you have this large shape up at the top here. You've got this large shape here, framing this direction going this way, that leads you into this character. That then I would move this tiny little character here. And now you have a stronger composition that is easier for the eye to follow organically. That's what I would suggest. Anyways, that's that. I'm going to say, you know, reduce contrasting poses, reduce conflicting poses, or conflicting elements. Remove conflicting elements. And this is just an idea, you know? You can do your own thing. This is just a starting point. Conflicting elements. Where's your little creature thing? Right there. Remove conflicting elements. Identify the focal area. That has to be a thing you think about when you're doing a drawing. Identify the focal area. Where am I putting the detail? Where am I not putting the detail? Where do I want people to look? Where do I not want them to look? Identify the focal area. And then use your other elements to serve the focal area. That's what I would say. That's my advice to you, Coco. So I'm going to send you this in the Discord. I know it's not a drawover or anything. But I think this should be a foundational thing you think about whenever you're drawing anything. Genuinely. Okay, I'm going to clear all this shit out now. Patchki says, I think the way of understanding lines of action gesture was to find dynamic poses and then draw over them, starting with single lines, even making a collage to draw lines over. You could do that. You could trace, like, reference images that you find online. Obviously, you don't want to trace it if you're making a final piece out of it, but for studying purposes, you could totally trace whatever you find online. Patchki says, then I'm gonna come back for shape blocking practice. Sorry to steal the thunder. No worries, dude. You're adding to it. You're just being a little, you're doing the lightning, you know? I'm the thunder. I'm the voice and you're the visual. Thanks, Snack. No worries, big dog. Alright, I missed a bunch of messages. Let me catch up on chat, okay? Just posted my new drawing if you'd like to see. Yeah, sure, dude. You could drop your thing in the art share if you want. I'll take a look at it. If you want to critique, though, it goes in the critiques channel, but that's like, if you just want to post your art in the Discord, you're more than welcome to. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? Blah, 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 blah. What do you mean, no clear gesture? Oh my god. Oh my god, do you teach art? Not as a profession, but I think I'm qualified enough to give advice. So I do technically teach a little bit of art, Nancy. It's kind of a thing I do on stream, you know? I could talk about art for hours, dude. Like, genuinely, I could talk for hours about art. It's like a thing I love doing, you know? So, a little bit. I thought Bro fell from a cliff, and that was how he landed. I gotta thank some people for following me, dude. We've had so many followers. Anna Gertz, thank you for the follow. Null Point Pen, thank you for the follow. Did I miss anybody? I think that's it. Proto Hag. Oh no, these are all people that followed while I was offline. Nancy Dearest. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Welcome in, Nancy. Okay, that Skull's Peak. I think the pose is good. It's the camera angle. Nah, I don't think the pose was good. I think the pose was like unclear and without lack direction. It just didn't make any sense. Like it makes sense in terms of like frantic falling. Here's the thing, guys, okay? Not every action is going to be appealing. I could draw a dude doing, you know, this or, well, you know, that kind of is appealing. I could draw a dude, I don't know, doing, I don't know, this, you know, putting his arms. I gotta try and not do gesture here. Fuck, how do I not do gesture? Something like this, you know, and now his one leg's here, and then the other leg's like this, and there's no, fuck, that's not a good example because there's a gesture there. Something like this, okay? There's not, like, it's not horrible, but it's not great. And can it be improved is the question. And the answer is yeah, probably. Like, if you take this, okay, now you raise this arm up like this, okay, now you stretch this leg over here, and then you maybe bring this leg up, and you could do something like this. You've sort of got a similar pose here, but it's a lot more gestural. There's a direction to it. There's like a feel of movement through the pose that's a lot stronger. Whereas this has a lot of like contrasting angles to break up the visual direction of where you're supposed to look, you know? So that's sort of like, it's not that the pose is terrible, it's not that every pose can't work, but it's that, you know, there are ways of improving poses and doing things in a way that makes things feel better, right? And I guarantee any strong gesture artist or any strong character artist that you look at is going to be applying a lot of gesture work into their drawings. Opata over on YouTube, hi. Hey, what up, big dog? Welcome in. Straightest for the military? Amen. I was trying to go for a pose right before the strike, like something charging for a strike, but yeah, you're definitely right about that right arm, picking up the focal point. Yeah, T-pose, strongest pose. How do I get you to do this with my art? That was really helpful. If you join our Discord, and you comply to all the rules on the Discord, right? So you read the rules section, you click the little check mark, you know? And then you post in the Art Critiques channel, I'll go over your work live on stream, okay? And it is mood dependent. Sometimes I just want to draw, sometimes I don't want to go over critiques. But we haven't done any in a while, so I don't mind banging out some critiques right now. If you give up the skull from the frontal view and rotate the head, problem disappears. I don't know, because I think the direction kind of helps a little bit, but... I fuck the rules? Nuh-uh. Don't fuck my rules, dude. They're not agreeing to that. My rules are the best rules. They're the best. They're terrific. They're fantastic. Never better. You think about all that, I go on vibes. I think about all that for sure. I definitely think about all that. Gesture is one of the biggest things I think about for sure. How do I know to move the other stuff? I'm in hell of drawing random circles and other shapes. I guess I fall into the category of not knowing where to go next. First of all, hello Hondu's. How you doing? Second of all, how do I know to move the other stuff? It comes with experience and observation, you know? If you observe certain poses, like here's this animation, right? As I'm doing this animation, I'm trying to make sure that all of my poses have a flow going through them. So I'm gonna try and find like my timeline here. This animation is rough, guys. Okay, so there's nothing final here. There's a lot I need to change. But if you go through this, it's a guy punching over and over. So he's building up energy here, and then he winds out. Look at the direction I have going here. He's going in for the punch. Everything is sort of like leading into a punch, right? Even this arm coming back here is sort of going with the flow. This head is stretched to push into that direction as well. I'm making all of these decisions intentionally, okay? And then the next frame, he punches. And again, you've got this gesture going through here. This pose going through here, right? There's other gestures coming around, and there are elements to break up the gesture, for sure. But generally speaking, things flow. Like this flows into this. Look at this line here. Look at this line. You could literally track the line from the head down to the torso. You could track this shoulder over to this shoulder, and then it has like this nice curvature. Like these are all intentional decisions, and it makes the readability stronger. Okay? Look at the curve in his back here as he changes direction. The energy's changing now, right? It's moving. The human body is made of water, so you want to make sure that your characters move organically. This pose is not strong. I would say this is one of the weaker poses here. This breaks up here. You do have some gesture here, but I would honestly say I could probably improve this. And then when you put it into motion, you get sort of like this back and forth, just sort of punching fluidity. It's too fast. I need a contrast where the character rests, because he's going too sporadically right now. But, you know, it's a good starting point. And so that's sort of what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about that when I'm doing my illustrations as well, right? Some poses are just meant to look like a French girl. Sometimes you just need a starfish sleeper. Is that a thing French girls do? I'm starting to think you don't like French people. But you're trying to learn French. May I ask what your favorite thing is to draw? Trust Foul Arts, you may ask. You did ask. I like to draw people, characters. I like to draw from imagination, and I like to come up with novel things. I'm not a big, if you watch my work, you'll see I never really draw fan art. Doesn't interest me. I don't want to really draw what already exists. I want to make new shit, dude. You know, so that's what interests me. Now, will I use pre-existing stuff to influence my decisions? Absolutely, 100%. Reference is not off the table. It should never be off the table. But, you know. I'm gonna go sleep now, Snack. Alright, peace, big dog. I appreciate you coming out, NFT. Although I do mostly do fan art on my channel due to me not trusting the internet. What do you mean by that? You think people are gonna get mad at you for drawing your own stuff? Fuck them, dude. I'm not saying go out there and do unethical shit, but I'm saying, you know, don't put too much stock into what people think online. I'm gonna be honest, like when I post my reels and stuff, I have like a rule with myself where I don't look at any of my comments or like, you know, view count or anything like that for like a solid hour. Normally, because I did that at first when I started, and I was like, I would check it too much. And so now what I do is I post some shit and I fucking walk away. I go do some things. I make a plan. I'm like, I'm gonna go do groceries or whatever. But no, I'm just protective of my original artwork. Oh, that's fair. Honestly, you guys have probably seen. I don't really care that much. I will just erase something that I spent 3 hours drawing. I'm not that attached to it, so I don't really feel that way personally, but. Nah, man, folding his opponent with speed punches, yeah. Your follow alert sounds like sound has fucking Oh my god, dude. Your follow alert sound has fucking shit me up every time. Okay, I'm glad I wasn't having a stroke there. I was like, why am I reading it like that? Yeah, it's intentionally loud. People keep telling me, every time people complain, dude, I'm gonna start making it louder. I can't make it louder, actually. That's as loud as it goes, but... What's the line that goes down the face to the collar? This line? Like this line here? It's nothing. I was just like, wouldn't it be interesting if I split her art or split her face in half with like some sort of... It was gonna be like a tattoo thing. And then I was like, you know, I don't know if I want to add more to it. I just kind of wanted to do some sort of like weird tribal-y stuff, you know? But then I gave her like, originally I gave her like a cheek tattoo, and I was like, she looks like fucking Choji from Naruto. I can't do that. It's too much. I love your follow alert. Thanks, I do too. Pesky, yeah, my family keeps walking past, so please don't make me explain why I'm listening to a Canadian and there's howling. Hey man, that's a you problem, alright? I give, you take, alright? How you take is on you. And if you wanna just raw dog my audio with no headphones, nothing, and you wanna play it risky like that, I respect it. But you live by the sword, you die by the sword, Patsky. You gotta take what comes with that territory, you know? No free rides. Oh, it's more the bold collar, or the, like, choker thing. I don't know, I just did a shape, and it looked kind of like a choker, and I was like, you know what? Why not give her a choker? Why not? She's wearing, like, a little collar. They yap at me, so I have no choice. You could do what I do. Put, like, big headphones on, and then every time they say something, pull them off and go, huh? And then eventually they'll leave you alone. Actually, if they're boomers, probably not. Neji's better, though. Neji's so mid, dude. Spoiler alert, turn off your ears right now. I'm about to say something about an anime that ended 15 years ago, but, when they killed off his character, dude, I could give less of a shit. I was, like, already, like, I don't know. It just felt like they kind of did it to do it, you know? Neji's in Boruto? What? How? I stopped after Boruto. I finished the whole Naruto series, but after Boruto, I tapped out. Their boomers nailed it. That's right. Boomers don't have, like... The thing with boomers is because they didn't grow up with technology, they don't understand, like, technology-based etiquette, okay? So whenever they see, like, people with headphones, in their mind, they go, like, oh, I could just talk to them, you know? But if you're like, a Zoomer or a millennial like me, you know headphones are, like, the universal sign of, like, don't talk to me. But they don't get that because they weren't raised with it. I watch you without headphones because my family doesn't understand English. You're so lucky, dude. I can't imagine. Some people tell me they watch me. Like, I remember one time, I had a YouTube chatter who was like, hey, can you swear less? I'm sitting next to my grandma. And I just started swearing as much as I could in that moment. Because I was like, you know what, dude? You're not telling me what. You're not the boss of me, alright? If I want to drop a little fuck bomb here and there, I'll do it with delight, alright? I'll do it with glee. It's in Boruto due to time travel arcs? Okay, that doesn't count, bro. I called my husband in here to look at the cute PNG tuber, and he said, why does it have tits? Tell him it's for the marketing, okay? It's fan service. He'll know. He'll know what I mean, alright? I'm a grifter. Grandma needs some of that education. Damn, it's crazy the boomers are... I guess boomers are grandparents. It has tits because it's a titmouse. You know, I had this plot in my mind about applying. There's a studio called Titmouse in Canada, in like Vancouver. And I had this plot in my mind about applying to that studio with my PNG tuber on my demo reel because it's a mouse with tits. I thought they'd get the joke, but I also don't know if I want to be blacklisted from the industry. You know what? I don't care if I'm blacklisted from the industry. I don't work in animation anymore. Who gives a shit? I'm just here because of the tits? Hell yeah, dude. They're here for you. So, you know, just you. Forgot I'd been using my finger to blend my pencil drawing and just rub lead on my forehead. Well, as long as it's contained to a small area, I think you're safe. I don't like these these lines. They're kind of distracting. What inspired your PNG tuber? Honestly, I didn't put a lot of thought into it. I just know I say stupid shit, and I know there's like a trend on on Twitch for people to have like cozy streams, and I thought it would be really funny to have a contrast of a character that looks like they'd be part of a cozy stream while not being cozy at all, you know? Rodder Beolove, you following little old me? Or not following, you raiding little old me? Shit, that's crazy, dude. Thank you for the raid. What the hell? Thank you for the raid, Rodder. What are you up to today? I don't know if there's a mod in chat. Mod, we want to give a little shout out, otherwise I'll do it myself. It's a race. How do I do this shit again? Shout out Raw. Ooh, all caps. Shout out Rodder Beolove. Go check out Rodder Beolove over at twitch.tv/Rodder Beolove. What you were doing art? What were you drawing? I'm curious. We're also drawing, obviously. For Rodder's chat, who joined right now, unfortunately probably in the middle of an ad. They probably actually just got owned by an ad. Oh no. Ad started in a couple minutes. I'm gonna snooze the ad. I'm gonna snooze the ad. That way we can talk a little bit before you guys get sent to the Shadow Realm. But yeah, dude, Rodder, if you got anything you want to share, send it over, dude. Send it over. I want to see. A little bit about me. My name's Snack, and I'll answer the question on what inspired the PNG tuber in a sec. My name's Snack. I draw stuff like this. I draw stuff like these guys here. I draw stuff like this girl here. I just kind of draw whatever I'm in the mood to draw. I draw. We've done more pencil-y stuff like this. We've done all kinds of drawings. Okay, I animate sometimes. We've done stuff like this. You know, so it really just comes down to what we're in the mood for. Right now, we're just drawing random shit, just kind of taking it easy because I've been grinding lately, but yeah. Well, look, Rodder, if you're a stoic, silent type, that's fine. Okay, you're more than welcome to hang out. If you got to dip, you can dip. No worries, no pressure. But if you do want to share anything, please don't hesitate. Sorry, I'm a Spanish speaker. Thank you so much. We were drawing some Digimon. Here's my Instagram. Thank you 1,000 times. Hell yeah, dude. Yo no puedo hablar en español muy bueno, pero yo hablar simplemente un poco. Pero yo no speak good. Yo no hablar español good. Okay. Oh shit. Looks good, dude. I dig it. See? This is the type of cozy shit I'm talking about. I think I've actually seen your free run drawing. I think I've seen it before. Let me pull it up. If you don't mind, of course. If you don't mind me showing off some of your work. Because it's fantastic. You sound really sweet. Sorry on my end too. I need more practice with English. I'm a girl, by the way. Sorry, Rodder. Apologies. Rodder es una señorita. Claro. Of course, it'd be an honor. Hell yeah. All right, let's check it. This is what she was working on. Well, this is not what she was working on today, but this is just what I saw on her Instagram that I thought was fucking sick. I mean, a bunch of other stuff too. I'm gonna pull up some more recent stuff. We got some, it's all just very, like, comfy stuff. Very cozy. Look at this. Oh, this is an animation. She animates. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Do a jiggle? It do. It do jiggle. Guys, you guys can't let me breathe for 2 seconds. Every time I go flat-chested, you guys bring back the big fat titties. Every time. You're gonna give me you're gonna give me like back problems. Alright? I gotta rest them on my tablet. Raw has to be lying. Ain't no girls on the internet. That's not true. Half my chat's women. For whatever reason. Rodder, I think your art's fantastic. I'm gonna give you a follow, because I'm gonna check you out one day. One day. I don't speak Spanish at all, so it's gonna be a little difficult. But I appreciate you rating me. And again, if you have to leave, you're more than welcome to. You don't have to hang around here. But otherwise, we're gonna keep drawing. I'm gonna move your character. I'm not gonna take it off screen because it's beautiful. But I'm just gonna move it so I have a little bit more canvas space, you know? I'm gonna have dinner. Thanks so much again, and good luck with the stream. No worries. Do your thing, big dog. Get out of here. Trust Foul Arts. Oh my god, that's amazing. I'm a woman. Are you Trust Foul Arts? You're a woman. Okay, we had a question before the raid about... Actually, I think ads are coming up. Ads are coming up in 3 minutes. I'm gonna run the ads. I'm gonna go grab a little snack because I'm kind of hungry. And I'm going to come back, okay? I'll BRB. I'm gonna eat a can of tuna straight out of the can like a cat, dude. I'm a cat? Oh, well, that's topical. Patchkey, I guess if you're on YouTube, you don't get ads. But if you're on Twitch right now, you're getting fucking owned by corporate America, alright? So I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna get something to eat. BRB. All right, I'm home. I'm back. I'm back, baby. I got a can of plain tuna here that I'm about to fuck up right now, and then we'll get back into drawing. And I think I really kind of want to lock in and do like actually just draw some heads and stuff. And I might take inspiration from the other heads I did like a while ago, just because that's fun for me. But all the girlies joining the cute cozy mouse stream, so cozy, dude. Let's ignore the part where I had the 30-minute segment on the times I shit myself in my life in adulthood. But beyond that, I'm basically a good book by a fireplace, you know? Oh my god, dude. Plain tuna is so dry. It sucks. It's like eating chalk. Tuna, corn, and mayo. I have mayo. I don't have corn. I don't have any bread though, so I feel like I'd just be eating like tuna and mayo in a can. It feels weird. It's like too animalistic. Even girl bosses shit themselves? Tell me your story, queen. Share the lore. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you and say we're a safe space, but we are an inclusive space. All types are allowed here. You can buy it like that here? Yeah, you can buy it like that here too. Where are you, Patchski, if you don't mind me asking? You don't have to answer if you don't want to. You said you were in, I can't remember where you said you were. I feel like you said Japan, but maybe I'm tripping. Mix some mayo in there? Too late, bro. I'm like halfway through this shit. I've gone too far. There's no turning back. Australian. Fun, dude. Down under. I don't know. I'm not going to try and do an Australian. It's not going to go well. I shit myself in a coffee shop, and the WC, are you saying wash closet? You really are British, dude. Had no paper. The water closet. Oh shit. The lavatory. How did you survive? Did you use napkins? New season of Free Room Beyond Journey's End? Hell yeah, dude. When I was like 19, I had these two buddies that were roommates, and I went over to their place once, and I had to take a dump. And they're like, oh, by the way, snack, we're out of toilet paper. Here's some Subway napkins. I was like, what the fuck? Dude, that was like 19-year-old guy shit, dude. I swear to God, we're like in our 30s now. It wouldn't surprise me if these guys still do that shit. Guys are animals, bro. Rancid, napkins, clogged toilets? Well, look, I don't rent there, so I don't care about their toilet. Alright, that's between them and their landlord. I don't give a shit. Give me the stupid napkins. It's the least of my problems when I gotta shit and there's no toilet paper. Trust Valarts, you've inspired me. I believe I'm gonna stream for a bit before I have to go to bed. I enjoyed listening to you, and I hope you have a lovely week. You too, Trust. I appreciate you coming out, and I hope I see you again. And don't worry about an accent. I come from the middle city where we have no massive accent. If anything, we sound British. You sound British. I'm not doing that accent either. I had some tissues in my purse. Only problem is they were balsam tissues. I don't know what that means. Worse on the front if you catch my drift. Did you set your hoo-ha on fire? Is that what you're saying? Oh, by the way, I ended up getting the Huon Canvas Pro 19 instead of the Cintiq. So excited to get back into it. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Well, look, Voss, you know what the deal is. I want to see anything you draw. Let me know. And if you want any advice, I'm your boy. Who are the mods besides NFT on Discord? I just saw a piece on Artshare. I want to ask. I posted a piece on Artshare. If I want to ask if it's okay. I could check. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. There's no nipples or anything. That's fine, Joe. Don't worry about that. I just don't want like sexually explicit stuff. I know nipples is like not like if you're doing like artsy poses and shit. I don't really care that much. I just don't want to open the floodgates to all people sharing their fucking goon art and their coom art in the art share. You know what I mean? It opens a whole new world of moderation that I don't know if I really want to deal with. It's not that I have anything against not safe for work. So if you ever like post something that's too risque and you're worried about like me offending me, that's not gonna happen. Worst case scenario, I'll just be like, hey, don't post that or whatever. Why not? Speaking of, Beef is a fellow Twitch streamer, and she does draw the smuttiest of smut, dude. If you like girls that look like Peach getting digged down by fucking like Dungeons and Dragons style monsters with big monster cocks, she's your girl, dude. She's the one for you, all right? She's Polish, so if you don't speak Polish, good luck knowing what the fuck's going on. But otherwise, if you like big tits and monster cocks and hardcore fornication, she's your lady, dude. That's the little bit of promo you get on my channel, all right, Beef? Just because I know you'd do the same for me. I worked in New Zealand for a couple years, but they all thought I was South African. Oh, I feel like I just have like the default like Western man like way of talking, you know. And my hoe daughter, I don't know. You can draw smut and not be a hoe. Also, I don't care if you're a hoe, dude. You can be a hoe. Live your life. Don't let me stop you. Go crazy. Just be safe, you know. That's what I would tell my hoe daughter. Be safe. I'm not raising your kid. You're fucked if you get pregnant. Figure it out. I don't speak Polish, but Cox is a universal language. That's true. Beef is fluent. Alright, thanks. Crazy how the lines get blurred for me. Look, I'm gonna be honest, dude. When it comes to moderating not safe for work art and allowing tasteful nudity, it's hard to know where the line is even for me. Okay? So I would rather you check, for sure, like you did. Maybe spoiler it also, you know? I would say spoiler it. If you have to question it, add a spoiler, you know? And then if it's too much, then a mod will tell you to take it down. If you can't be good, be careful. And if you can't be careful, buy a pram. My depression era grandma. What's a pram? I can spoiler my pieces? Yeah, you can spoiler your pieces. If you click edit on your piece, you should be able to add a spoiler tag and that'll blur it. That way it's not visible instantly. Thanks, Dad. No worries. No worries, my little hoe. My little hoe daughter. Dad's proud of you, either way. Alright? Keep up the good work. Get better at drawing. That's all that matters. That's my parenting style, okay? I don't want you to be a doctor. You don't have to be a lawyer. You have to be a good artist, though. Hodor. Pram equals stroller. Oh, okay. I see. Pram equals stroller. I didn't realize that wasn't a thing anywhere else. You know what's funny? If you speak French in Canada, there's a lot of stuff that, like, other countries just don't say. Like, Driving Me Coco. How do you say watermelon in French? That's a fun one. I remember once I worked at a Subway, and somebody came up to me that was from France. They were like tourists, and they asked me for like a watermelon juice because we had one behind us, right? And I was so confused because I'd never heard that word in my life. Not the word they used. Smut runs the world? Kind of. Pastèque, exactly. We don't say that here. That's not a thing here. If you say pastèque to a Canadian, they're gonna look at you like you're fucking crazy. They're not gonna know. They're gonna be like, this guy just invented a word. Do I have to call an ambulance? Is he okay? Do you smell burnt toast? That's not a word here. We say melon d'eau. That's watermelon in French. Ew, melon d'eau? Yeah, melon d'eau. Okay, okay, driving me cocoa, what do you call a lemon in French? What's your word for lemon? Citron? Don't you say lime? Is it not? It's citron. We say citron. But I'm pretty sure, like, in France, they just call it, like, lime. Un lime. And then a lime, they also, like, they just call it, like, lime verte or something like that. Lime is not lemon. I know. But in France, I'm pretty sure that's what they say. I'm pretty sure they call lemons lime. I'm cackling because while I come from a medical background, I've rarely heard anyone else make the burnt toast reference for what, stroke? That's a pretty common one here. I've heard it before. You have a medical background? That's dope, dude. Huh. Well, I was misinformed, okay? The French are a little less misinformed than clearly I am. What kind of medicine do you practice, Patsky? Are you a nurse? Are you a lady nurse? Yeah, you're a nurse? Is it true what they say? Should I be terrified of nurses? Yeah, I was top of the class, nerd nurse, wanting to pipeline and had specialist clinics lined up to work in, and then I got a spinal injury? Oh shit, well, that sucks. I think there's a thing that the dudes say, and it's basically like the equivalent, like, in the dating spheres, nurses are perceived as sort of like the same way that like some ladies perceive cops. Like if you date like a cop, like nurses here in the West are basically like the cops of ladies. All of the crazy people become nurses. I'm not saying you're crazy, by the way. I'm sure there are tons of non-crazy nurses, okay? This is a stereotype, but we kind of are. Okay, well, all right then. I rest my case. Yes, uniforms. You're so Polish, dude. Beef, you are so Polish. I love a guy in a good uniform. Says the girl from the country where they put mines on their borders. What do you mean? What do you think I mean? And we gossip about everything. I heard you guys bang doctors a lot too. Is that true? Is there a lot of fucking going on in like in hospitals? I assume there is everywhere, but you know, uniquely. I'd love to impregnate one. You'd love to impregnate a cop? There are lady cops. You could. Well, you can't. You don't have a penis, but... No, we can never find them for work, let alone for fun. Is that a stereotype? Do doctors just fuck off all the time? No, a male cop or a soldier. I've got some bad news for you, dude. You can't do that. It's not gonna work. Really, nurses sleep among themselves or with a care worker, nursing assistant? And yeah, no, if you can find your ward doctor or something, it's very, very wrong. Oh shit, okay. So you're saying if a fella's looking to get some action, they should become a nurse? Something about late night shifts, you know? Doing the overnight. It's just it's asking for romance, you know? It's a very sensual time of day. Modern medicine's come a long way. Anything's possible now. Joe says, I gotta go. All right, dude. I appreciate you coming out, Joe. I'll catch you next time, big dog. Yeah, there's a lot of nurses that are very proud of their appearances. Nurses have the same vibe to me as, like, women in construction. You know, like, for whatever, like, all my cousins drive trucks, okay? And they're all good-looking women. Like, they're fantastic-looking women, but they all have, like, lip filler, and they all look like they voted for Trump, you know what I mean? They got, like, that look, and I feel like nurses have that same thing, where they've got like, the lip filler, and they've got the fake eyelashes and all that stuff. That's my impression, anyways. Do you really have the energy for romance when you're on the night shift? Well, it's when your brain works the least that you end up fucking the most, you know? Yes, and the fake eyelashes, hair extensions, oh, the whole 9 yards, dude. The nails, all that shit. You couldn't say it faster? I could type, holy. Yeah, the fake nails, they just have, like, that look, you know? And it's the same thing with, like, women who work in construction. You would think a woman that would work in construction would be, like, the most butch lesbian-looking person ever. But they're not. They look like, they're like conservative women. And I don't know that, like, nurses are conservative. But I feel like that like, conservative archetype of, like, lady is just, like, they're, like, hyper-feminine. But they also work in, like, traditionally masculine roles. Not that nursing is traditionally masculine, but construction in general. We either kind of care about our jobs and look like trash 90% of the time, or they look pristine. Yeah, I know. And they're always very mean to me. I don't know why. I remember I had my appendix removed once. This wasn't a nurse. This was like I guess like an ultrasound tech. And she was giving me an ultrasound, and I tried to make a joke. And she, like, did not laugh at it at all, dude. It was, like, 3 in the morning. I was basically on the verge of death. And she's scanning my belly, and I'm, like, 21, okay? And I look her dead in the eyes, and I go, is it a boy or a girl? I didn't even get a smirk. I just got, like, silence, and then she went back to work. I got fucking nothing out of her. It was probably the biggest bomb I've ever made. Okay? And I've fumbled some shit before, dude. I've made some horrible mistakes. One time, this was probably the worst mistake I've ever made at work, okay? I work in a very corporate environment. Lots of HR, all that stuff. Exactly what you think about when you think of, like, HR and shit, okay? I don't work in HR, but I work in like a corporate environment that has that sort of atmosphere. Gray cubicles and all that shit. And these two girls, thank God they're my friends, okay? Because if I didn't know them well, this would have been my job would have been lost, okay? But I'm talking to these two girls and we're talking about lunch or whatever. And I was saying, like, what I was trying to say is, do you guys want to go for a walk? But what I tried to say was, do you guys want to stretch our legs, and you guys want to go out and stretch our legs or whatever, take a little stretch. What I said was not that. What I said, because I was dead tired, was like, hey, do you guys want to go spread your legs? And then they were like, what? I was like, wait, oh, hold on. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. And I was like panicking, and then they were laughing at me. Thank God they took it well. They were just like, and then now every time they want to ask me to go get coffee or something, they're like, hey, Snack, you want to go spread your legs? I was like, yeah, let's go get a coffee. In corporate, yeah, dude, I fumbled. It was the worst fucking, like, expression fumble I think I've ever made. It was horrible. I'm gonna be real here. The pipeline of bullies to nurse is real. I've heard that too. Look, I don't know if any of you guys are nurses, so I'm preloading this by apologizing ahead of time. But every woman I've ever known who's become a nurse is a giant bitch. Okay, I'm sorry. It's my lived experience. It's my truth. I'm speaking my truth. That's all. All right. It's like saying you two to cashiers. Then again, I always just say have a good shift, and it seems to fix their mouth. Yeah, I would rather have said that than fucking asking my coworkers to spread their legs for me. But luckily, it was charming. Okay, they didn't hate me or anything. They knew it was like very obvious I made a mistake. Nurses in my home country are always the nicest, sweetest ladies, though. Cultural differences, I see. You know what it is? If you get it... Okay, now we're gonna... I can't say this. Never mind. I won't say that. I was gonna get a little too edgy there. I'm not chilling with my boys. I gotta remember. I'm on the internet, and everything I say is permanent. The only nice nurse I remember was a man, and he stuck a swab up my butt. Do you remember him fondly? Nah, definitely people from Asia slash CEA are nurses are so nice. South American too. Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna be like, look, every like Filipina nurse or like Southeast Asian nurse I've gotten has been the sweetest lady ever. It's the white ladies. They're fucking so mean, dude. And I know that's probably... well, I know it is a generalization. Again, my lived experience, alright? That being said, most of the time, though, I've had good experiences with nurses. And to be fair, my ultrasound tech who gave me no emotion when I dropped the joke was an Asian lady. So, you know, it's not all the white ladies are bad. He hates white women? Not true. I love white women. Indeed, Snack, I don't want you getting canceled anytime soon. I'd have more free time, that's all. That's all that means. I make, like, no money, so there's, like, no incentive for me to not get canceled, you know? As a white lady, also Polish background, I could say that for you. Thank you. Being taken in by a Filipino auntie is the dream. Being taken in by a Filipino auntie billionaire is my dream, you know? Honestly, any billionaire. Man, woman, I don't care. Make me your pet, dude. Give me a little dog bed. I'll be good. I'll paint for you. I'll do whatever. Bro, it's just because you like it up your ass, no? I mean, he does, presumably. He was also nice and cute. It was just an overall enjoyable experience. 10 out of 10. Would recommend getting a swab up my ass again. 5 stars. Did you tip him on the way out? Hopefully nothing. It was just a fecal test or whatever. I see. No, it's just part of a general group of tests. Bro, you're not 40. That's not like a normal thing. I think he liked you. Love at first swab. Yeah, that's good. Please, especially since spine damage. I would give anything to not go to work on Monday, dude. You have no idea, okay? And I know I could quit my job, but it's not going to solve my problems. Money, though, would certainly solve my problems. So long as I have it, you know? Good night. Good night, Beef. You taking off? You leaving us? Breaking our parasocial to sleep. I see. I'm gonna start a new little bundle of characters on this page, because I really like the way these characters look, but I feel like I haven't been able to capture that feel in a while, you know? So I really like her in particular. You know what it is? I don't darken the eyes anymore. I haven't been doing that. Oops. 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 Man, I just ate the delicious apple crumble my mom made and the giant teddy bear I bought just arrived. For a short moment, life is good. You're making me so hungry, dude. I haven't had anything but a plain can of tuna since lunch. I'm probably gonna wrap up at around the 3-hour mark. It's Friday. It's a shorter stream. We'll do the good stuff tomorrow. But for today, I'm gonna wrap up just because it's been a work day, so take it a little easy. Not right now, obviously, in 20 minutes, but just warning you guys, it's coming. Sorry. I think if this was profile, you probably wouldn't really see much of the other side. Don't mind me, I'm still working on the Skelly. I'm glad I got to join. I'll join the Discord later, but I'm just taking a little notif break from it. Hey, no worries, dude. You know what actually, I guess this doesn't really apply. I was gonna say I had I set roles so that people don't get spammed with my live notifications, but I guess if you're just turning off general notifications, that doesn't really apply. I feel like this would be a little bit more. In your I don't really like the length of his head. It's too long. Oh yeah, the app's off for me, and being summer, I'm not using my PC since it's too hot. I just needed some time after a breakup to not want to constantly spam people with my problems. Trauma lord dump. I get it, dude. I get it. I totally get it. You know, you could always create an alt Discord account. Like my cat snack Discord account is not my main account. Like I have all my personal life friends on a different account, and then I have my cat snack Discord that's just for like stream stuff and online engagement. I just like that separation, I guess. But it could be an idea if you find it, you know, certain types of communications are stressing you out or whatever, and you want to separate just an aspect of your life while still maintaining another one. I feel like that compartmentalization, you could argue it's not healthy. I think it gives you a lot more control over sort of how you want to, you know, interact with the world. Because there are times where, you know, sometimes I just don't want to deal with stream stuff, and I'll just switch to my other account. Sometimes I don't want to deal with other shit, and I'll just switch back to my stream stuff. It just depends. I don't like the nose shape here. True. The only problem is I mod for some things, so people seeing two different accounts is confusing, especially since I'm the one who cleans up the bots. Well, Discord's really easy to toggle in and out of. Like, when it comes to turning off a certain Discord, like, it literally just lets you toggle, like, you click the little cog at the bottom, and then you go switch account, and it pops up the two accounts. You don't have to, like, log back in or anything. You just choose it. You can switch, like, basically at the click of a button. So it's really easy to just sort of, like, separate the stuff, but I still have the jank sleep schedule where I sleep in shift patterns. Crazy, dude. I can relate to that, too. I've been in sleep therapy for the last, like, 6 months. I have a chronic insomniac. I'm moderately reformed, but I don't really know how to do this other eye. This is a really awkward pose. Nope, that ain't it. That ain't it. Meow for good night, please. Wow. That one's on the house. I think she's gone, though. I don't know if Beef's still here. Does the bingo card still have the complaining about Monday not being a stream day as a freebie? You know, it's funny. I haven't complained about streaming as much since I took away the Monday one. I'm just saying. I think really the Monday stream was really the fucking worst one. I don't know how I feel about this nose. Still kind of long. Yeah. Long noses are nice. Yeah, it is. Like, it's still pretty long. It's just not, like, as long as I had it before, you know? It never truly leaves you and always ends up chomping, and I always end up chomping melatonin. I will be honest, dude, there are ways to improve your sleep. Like, the sleep therapy shit I do works. And I've drastically changed my sleep. You should look into something called CBTI. It's cognitive behavioral therapy for sleep. It works. If you find like a qualified therapist or whatever that is trained in this stuff, it can really, really change your life. I've been an insomniac since I was a kid, and I've had the best sleep in the last like it's not great yet, but it is improving, and it is like consistently improving. Wednesday's also an option, or Tuesday or Thursday. No, I don't want to stream while I work, because I work a full-time job, you know, and doing my 9 to 5 and then coming home and streaming. It's not as bad on Friday because it's the weekend, so I know after stream I don't have like an hour to recharge and just fucking before I have to go back to work. Mondays was like fucking brutal though. Mondays sucks so much because I was just like I'd be done streaming after the whole weekend, then I'd work a full day shift. And I'd be like, fuck. Here we go again. I work again. Even though streaming is not that hard, but it does wear on you after a while if that's all you do, but... So my current 3-day schedule of Friday, Saturday, Sunday works. And it gives me enough free time to actually develop, like, shorts. Which seem to be doing pretty well. A lot of people seem to be finding my stream through shorts. At least on the YouTube side of things. I've been getting quite a bit more traction on YouTube Lives. It's not huge yet, but we're definitely pulling bigger numbers. And by bigger numbers, I mean I've got 4 viewers right now, so... It's no Twitch, but... It's a start. Yeah, sadly it's about $3.50 an appointment here since the government would rather fund addictive sleep aids than the other healthier options. I have narcolepsy too and ADHD, so I'm doomed. Damn. Yeah, that's different. I'm in Canada, so I'm in a like a special program that I got through my doctor, so I don't really pay anything. People talk shit about Canadian healthcare, but honestly, guys, it is so goated when it actually comes through. My favorite philosopher, Doja Cat, once said, "Because you can sit on them." Oh, for the long noses, I see. I love sleeping on my stomach. I think if I had titties as big as you, it'd be complicated. Yeah. I feel for big-tittied ladies, dude. Truly. They suffer in silence. Just know I'm an ally. I'm drawing the character since it's a short stream tomorrow. You'll see it, Daddy Snack, even though Saturday sucks for me. Tomorrow's not a short stream. Tomorrow's probably going to be about 4, maybe 5 hours. Unless something happens where I'm like, you know, kind of fucked up or whatever. Like if I have a really rough night of sleep or whatever. But I don't plan on making it. Like my Saturday, Sunday streams are the longer ones. My Friday streams are typically a little bit shorter. Just because it's, you know, it's the weekend, I'm tired, all this shit, you know, blah, 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 blah. You guys, you know. I don't really like the sort of shape that I got going on now. feel like this guy's like very front dominant, you know? The nose is still kinda like too big. It's like just just a little too big. It's like out of the realm of like appealing, in my opinion. That's a little bit better, I think. I also think the mouth could come back a bit. Oh, fair enough. I meant today's stream. I see. I'm drawing the characters to short stream. You'll see it. Oh, okay. You'll show it to me tomorrow. Gotcha. What are you drawing? I'm curious. You can always post it in the Discord too, and I'll see it before then. I check the Discord every day. I know when you guys are being naughty and when you're being nice, okay? I see it all. No, I want to see your live reaction of her in the middle. Her in the middle. Like her. You're drawing her? Nice, dude. Hell yeah. Do it up. There is some stuff I want to change on her. Mostly like her just I don't really like her shape language that much. Okay, this guy is like pissing me off. I don't really like the way this drawing's going. There's like a lot of weird issues with it right now. Now he looks like nerdy. It's so weird how like just pushing the jaw back a little bit. That versus that. Nerdy, stacked. Nerdy, stacked. Let's do a middle ground. I don't really like the angle on those lips. Let me... Man, where's your voice? I'm right here, big dog. I'm just locking in a little bit, you know? Whenever I start to focus too much, I get a little quiet. It is very, very, very difficult to sort of, draw properly while talking constantly, you know? If you guys notice, whenever I'm talking a lot, I just do kind of like brain dead drawings where I'm just sort of drawing, in the background. And not really focused drawing, you know? I'm gonna have to borrow the power of the ducks for the sake of streamer interaction. No, don't do that. We're actually about to raid out anyways. It's the end of stream. Oh, it's because your rat moves them out. Oh, yeah. Sometimes it picks up the tip-taps of my pen. I turned off my noise gate. So it picks up all my environmental noises. But maybe I should turn that back on, because people have been saying that a lot. The issue is I think the noise gate kind of cuts me off sometimes. Waddled away, and waddle, and he waddled away. ASMR Pentaps, what up, Bob? You were here earlier. I assume you were just here the whole time, I guess. Just getting work done. Get the 100% focus again. It's gonna be... Well, I mean, I'm wrapping up stream, so I don't think there's any point in locking in at this point. At this point, I should just find somebody to raid out to. Because we have hit the 3-hour mark. Let's see. Let's see, do we want to do someone new? Am I in the mood to chit-chat a little bit? You know, just hang around, meet someone new? Sure, whatever. Maybe increase the sound cut off in the PNG tuber instead. Unfortunately, Boba, the mic is like really dog shit, so it's hard to do that without actually just making it not work, you know? Who's this? I'm just going through some channels right now. Oh, I don't want to do that person. Let's do... Who's this? Okay, this person's set to BRB. Okay, we're gonna raid this person. Alright, let's raid this person. She's a very skilled artist, and I think she needs more viewers. So we're gonna raid her. I think it's a her. Her avatar's a her. I can't hear anything, so hopefully she's got her mic on, but maybe she just started stream, because I feel like she should have way more people watching based off the skill, but... Alright guys, I appreciate you all for coming out. Thank you all for coming out. I will see you guys tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And you know the deal. If you're not in the Discord, get in the Discord. Because that way you can get live notifications. Not only can you get live notifications, you can get feedback from me on your artwork if you post the critiques channel while I'm live. Just make sure that when you go in there, you go to the rules section and you tick the little thing that, the little purple circle to get the live notifications, alright? And I will see you guys tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time for the next stream. Alright, everybody. Thank you for coming out. Bye-bye.